Just like the Chamber of Secrets, was not a fan of this one. It starts off with Dudley bullying Harry for losing one of his friends. And then Dementors come and blah blah blah. Harry uses magic. He's underage and not supposed to use magic outside of school, so he gets expelled. Dumbledore stops that. Which, honestly, I don't think makes sense because of later contexts where they're like, Dumbledore's distancing himself from Harry, so him being expelled would be very distanced. But no, he argues that Harry should still be in school and then immediately starts ignoring him. Though they kind of break that scene because later Harry goes to Dumbledore's office when he has this, little vision of Sirius Black. And he talks to Dumbledore for a little bit. And then Dumbledore's back to ignoring him in that same scene. Not too long after he talks to him. I still think it's dumb that they tried to expel him for, doing magic underage outside of school in front of a Muggle when the Muggle in question knows Harry's a wizard. It would have made more sense if he got in trouble for doing it in front of Dudley's friends. But they left. Ginny is somewhat in this movie, but she has no lines. Dean has a very small role in it, who I have forgot to mention in my past reviews because she's just not that big of a character. Seamus has this little side plot where he's angry at Harry and then eventually he's friends with Harry again, which he never really was Harry's friend. He was more Ron's friend. But, yeah, they have that little small, boring arc that I didn't care for. And then once they're friends again, they make a big deal about how he's in the Order of Phoenix now. And they pan to him in the lair or whatever now. This movie was really boring and mostly filler. Every scene was just mostly, them training, Umbridge being a bitch, another class with Umbridge being a bitch. Hagrid shows up for like one scene, maybe two. Then we go back to Umbridge, they really focus on her a lot. Harry trains with Snape for a little bit, and then more stuff with Umbridge and more training to fight Voldemort and stuff like that. Speaking of Voldemort, they try and make it seem like it's a big deal that Hermione says Voldemort instead of who must not be named, even though, she said his name, once or twice in the first movie, and I'm pretty sure he called him Voldemort through, all the movies. She's not facing her fear of Voldemort. I had also completely forgot how relevant Cedric was in this. He's mentioned so many times in the first 20 minutes. And he's still mentioned here and there throughout the entire movie. And I completely forgot that Bellatrix Restraints was Sirius Black's cousin or whatever. And she's the one that kills him. And all she does is taunt Harry of the fact that she killed him. Creature is also in this, another person I actually completely forgot about. Kingsley Shacklebolt is in this, which is just a very weird name to give a black character when you have so very few black characters. It's very odd, to say the least. It's just a very underwhelming finale. Harry's acting when Sirius Black dies is pretty good. And I'm pretty sure it's from this movie that Daniel Radcliffe lost one of his relatives, and that's why his acting was so good. He kind of channeled it into the scene. So it was a lot of real emotion. Hermione's a little bit of a jerk in this movie. She introduces this new person that we get in this movie called Luna Lovegood by calling her crazy, and then she stops herself. And Ron's the nicer one of the two. And neither Ron or Hermione really do much in this movie. Neville does some things. He's about to kill Bellatrix, and Harry's just like, no, and he stops. Even though she killed his parents, tortured his parents, whatever. Also, one thing that annoyed me throughout the entire movie, because of something they introduced, was there's this unforgivable curse where you can control people's bodies. And they could have used that so many times, but they just didn't. Like, why wouldn't the bad guys use that? It would really help them, but nope. This movie just feels like filler. Like a filler episode in a TV show. There really isn't much to say about it.